What's that? Are we live? Mic check 1 2 3. Mic test 1 2. Mic check. Hey hey. Mic check 1 2. Hey hey. Mic check 1 2. Test test. Check check 1 2. Check 1 2. 1 2 1 1 2. Check check. Hey hey. Go Mavs. responded by sweeping the Blue Jays in January of 2024. A lot more on the line than bragging rights tonight, as the season is winding down and both the Mavs and Jays sit on the outside of conference tournament picture. Both teams will try to use these two MACHA conference games to vault themselves up closer to one of the 4 playoff spots available for the MACHA tournament coming up in March. The Creighton Blue Jays are 5-4-1 this season under the leadership of Zach Kukurik in his 4th season behind the bench of the Blue Jays. They have not played since November 16th against Missouri State and have lost their last 4 games in a row. 3 conference weekends remain for Creighton, beginning with this one tonight, as they take the ice for the first time in 2025. And here's who Coach Kukurik is sending out there for the Jays to start. In goal, it'll be the junior out of Stillwater, Minnesota, Charles Calderon. Calderon spent 3 seasons already in net for the Jays, starting much of that career for Creighton. On defense will be a freshman out of St. Paul, Minnesota, Sean Burns, and another freshman, Johnny McLeese, out of Edina. Up on the left wing, it'll be a junior out of Minneapolis, Caden Lacker. He'll be centered by Chuck Altier, the sophomore out of St. Paul, and the right winger, another Minnesotan, the senior, Zach Kabisik. For the Mavericks, who enter with a record of 12-8-2, 2-6-1 in the conference, they'll need to win out in conference play if they want a shot at that MACHA tournament. In goal is Kyle Wernley, the senior out of La Vista, Nebraska, started Saturday night's game against Colorado School of Mines and picked up his 5th victory of the season. In front of him on defense is Captain Troy Hunsaker. Hunsaker missed the first weekend of 2025, but back out here, and starting tonight is the senior from Bellevue. To his left and on defense, the alternate captain, Camden Voorhees, a sophomore out of Cottage Grove, who's really emerged as a point scorer this season. Up on the left wing, it'll be Chase Mann, centered by Andrew Kozel and Logan Mercier, the top line for the Mavs, as we get set with our national anthem sung by David Olson, our public address announcer. Four weekends are all that remain on the UNO ACHA Mavericks hockey schedule as we get set for the 4th of those final weekends against the Creighton Blue Jays, as we welcome everybody in once more to the heart of Omaha Exarban Village. We're here on Scott campus at UNO inside beautiful Baxter Arena, the community sheet here we call Holland Ice. Our officials for tonight's game are Josh Evans and Rob Fitzpatrick. Our linesmen, Brian Hoffman and Jackson Lundgren. They'll be keeping the peace tonight between 2 crosstown rivals. Of course, Creighton, their campus downtown Omaha, right here, 67th and Dodge. The 2 sides started this series back with a football game in 1911 when Creighton went by the Hilltoppers and Omaha didn't even have a nickname yet. It has been a long series between 2 schools who call this River City home, and another installment of this rivalry here between Black and Crimson and the royal blue of the Blue Jays. Creighton wins the first draw. They'll get possession first, and Chuck Altier redirects a shot towards Wernley. He'll cover that up as it slides across the crease, and we'll get a whistle 13 seconds into the game. Just in case, Rob Fitzpatrick's got his arms up, signaling who gets to change and when. Of course, as the road team in this one, Creighton will get the first line change, and Omaha will have to make theirs after. The Blue Jays control in the corner. It's back up to the point for Johnny McLeese. McLeese plays it back down low to Lacker. Caden Lacker from the corner digs it back out to the point for McLeese. McLeese takes a shot. It redirects off of a Maverick in front. They don't know where it is, and as the whistle blows, the puck drops out of the breezers of Captain Troy Hunsaker, and we get another whistle 32 seconds into the frame. Face off right back to the left of Wernley. After that unusual whistle to halt play there. Omaha gets the puck out of its own end. Fories springs Mercier free. It's back to Fories in the slot. He turns once on net. Calderon makes the save as Fories couldn't get his stick up on the puck. Hunsaker tried to send one in from the side of the wall. Mercier behind the net. Gives it out to Mann. It pops high after Calderon makes the save and up to the near side wall. Creighton takes that puck out. Making a move around one man was Kubicek. He misses the puck, and Kozel intercepts. Creighton chips it back out to center, but Fories dumps it back in, and the top line for the Mavericks will skate off for a change. Back up the ice comes Mason Anderson for the Blue Jays. Creighton in their royal blue with white striping on the shoulders, sleeves, waist, and socks. Omaha in its home white uniforms. A black stripe flanked by two crimson stripes on the sleeves and socks. Behind the net there, and digging for possession, is Cole Tallis. Tallis loses it there, but quickly picks it back up on his stick, and he's into the corner. Leaving it behind for Sturl, it's back to Tallis. Behind the cage and pinned up against the wall by Colton Kane, the puck is freed up. It's Connor Dahl now along the near side. Has that puck played off of his stick, it's back to the point for Kroski. Kroski across to Anderson. Anderson moves down the far side, takes a shot, and Wernley easily sends that one back to the corner. First save of the day for Kyle Wernley, the senior, who made a career high 66 saves in the loss to Mizzou in last year's Mid-American Collegiate Hockey Association tournament. That puck from Wernley's end would have gone down for an icing, but it hit the stick of Calderon, now played up in front to Barrett Bradley. Creighton gets a hold of that puck and clears their own zone. It's Troy Hunsaker who retreats behind his own goal line, looks to the far side corner to start the breakout. It's intercepted by the Blue Jays. Hunsaker gets it back onto his stick and gets it up to center ice. Looking for Barrett Bradley. He tried to leave it for Cassiopo. It was played out of the zone by the Blue Jays. To the near side wall, Hunsaker back to Fories as the Mavericks are in their own zone. Get it out to neutral ice where Creighton intercepts. Back into the zone. David Calderon takes a shot on that one wide left of Wernley. It rings all the way around the wall, and we get a whistle as the net has popped off of its moorings. 16:56 to go in the first, and the puck will come outside of the zone. The face-off will be in front of second-year head coach Nick Harahill, who is 27, 20, and 5 in 2 seasons with the Mavericks, 2-0 in games against the Blue Jays. As Creighton wins the draw, Kozel intercepts in the neutral zone. Plays it up ahead, but Creighton quickly sends it back out to center ice. There in the neutral zone, Chase Mann tries to find Kozel. He just has to dump it ahead. Creighton quickly back on the puck. Nobody can seem to get possession in that middle third right now as the team's ping-ponging it back and forth to each other. Eddie Patchen can't control it. The Blue Jays collide on him, and he dumps it down low. Intercepted along the wall. Mann plays it back out to the point for Caleb Williams. Dumped down low to Mercier. He couldn't contain it. It's played out by Benji Watts. Off the glass and to the red line where Williams tracks it down for Omaha. Plays up ahead to man. Had to wait for Mercier to get onside. Tried to find him with a pass. Instead, it's man again on the backhand. Takes a shot and a save. Calderon. Picked up on the rebound by Kozel. Behind the net to Mercier. Tried to pass it to himself behind the net. It's intercepted and played up off the glass by Jack Schwab. The Blue Jays go for a change as Omaha circles right back and into the offensive zone once more. Voorhees winds up and fakes a shot. Tries to feed the slot for Kozel, but a lot of Blue Jays in that center area between the hash marks to free up the puck and take it the other way. Leaving it there for Kubicek was Lacker, who Kubicek takes a shot and Wernley makes the pad save. Back the other way come the Mavs. Shea dumps it behind the cage of Calderon. Picked up and played up the far near side wall by Schwab. Back behind the net, Shea tried to find Kozel. It's back out for Shea. He takes a shot. Tried to go through a couple of bodies. It found its way to Calderon. Now sprung free down the other way is Lacker. Lacker makes a move. Shoots wide left. The Mavericks were chasing him down. Both defensemen behind the Creighton forward as he streaked up the ice. But he missed the net wide left and did not test Kyle Wernley with the shot. Kubicek dumps that one down behind the net for Lacker. He plays up to Altier. Tried looking back down to the corner for Lacker, but Hunsaker does a good job with the body to free up the puck. Omaha can't get it out of its own end, though. Anderson does a good job to keep that puck in at the blue line for the Blue Jays. And now the two teams collide along the Omaha bench. The Mavs able to kick that puck out of their own end. Lacker tripped up as he tried to enter the zone by an official. That was Lundgren. The pass played back down low to Tallis. He fed it right out in front, and Wernley covers up, smothering that puck and holding for a whistle with 14:16 to go in the first. Wernley has 2 official games against the Blue Jays in his career. He's won them both. He's got an average of 2 goals against in those 4 games and a save percentage over .940. Anderson keeps that puck in along the blue line, dumping it down low where Beth grabs it for Omaha. Tries to start up the near side wall, but it's intercepted by the Blue Jays. A shot from the point, that's Krosky, and a save made by Wernley. The rebound to the near side wall. Tallis tried to play it back up to the blue line, and it leaked over the line. The Jays will have to vacate the zone. Back behind his own net was Mason Beff trying to get the puck out. Intercepted there along the line by Tallis. But Omaha gains possession on the near side wall and gets it out of his own end finally. Creighton rings it around its own zone, and now they're out with the puck once more. Bishop Schugel playing in his first game of the season. Dumps it down into the offensive zone where Omaha possesses the puck. Sebastian Cassiopo clears to center ice. It's quickly whacked back down, and Wernley has to make a chest save with that one, knocking it down almost like a defender in soccer. The scoreboard is switched off here at the Holland Ice Center as Connor Dahl dumps that puck down the ice. Creighton gets to it and clears its own zone once more. Voorhees to Hunsaker. Back to Voorhees as the Mavs play D2D in their own zone. Tried to find Dahl. Creighton locking down the neutral zone nicely so far. Dahl plays it on up ahead. Off a skate to Shea. Shea takes a shot, and that one's covered by Calderon. No score yet between the Mavericks and the Blue Jays. Creighton won the first official meeting on January 20th of 2023 by a score of 6-3. They won the next game by a score of 8-1. The Mavericks got their revenge in 2024 with a 4-2 victory on January 21st and an 8-2 victory on January 28th to sweep the Blue Jays last season and head to their first conference tournament. Looking for more of the same this season as Hunsaker gives to Kozel, who shoots, blocker save Calderon. Back out come the Blue Jays. David Calderon, the younger brother of the netminder, gives it to Tallis, who takes a shot covered up by Wernley, and he holds for a whistle with 12:42 to go in the period. On the ice for the first time in the 24-25 season is Tam Swiler for the Blue Jays, getting set for that offensive zone face-off. As the shot comes in from the point, Wernley makes the save. We'll have another draw on the O-zone for the Blue Jays. Swiler getting his first action of the season out of Hamel, Minnesota. The junior played for the Orono Spartans of the Junior Gold A Division up in Minnesota. Puck stuck back behind the cage for a second, trying to free that one up to the front with Schwab. Omaha does great D, getting it cleared back to the point. Patchen gets it out to Cassiopo. Ahead for Mercier, left there for Kozel. Kozel takes it into the offensive zone, rings it around the back of the cage to the point for Williams. Williams tried to go back to Kozel, intercepted by the Blue Jays. Good keep at the line by Williams, sending it down low to Mann. Mann lost the puck along the back wall. It went airborne, and Creighton gains possession. Off of a skate, picking that one up is Jack Schwab, playing it on ahead to Reeser. Reeser dumps it all the way in as the Blue Jays go for a change. Omaha circling behind its own cage, trying to break that one up to neutral ice. It's intercepted. Skating in is Krosky, takes a shot. It's blocked up the shin pads of Patchen to the far side corner. Kavicik picks that one up for the Blue Jays. Takes a shot, blocker save Wernley. Out to the point. Picked up by Lacker, but played with a high stick, says Josh Evans. And the puck comes out of the zone. In fact, that one will go all the way down and become an offensive zone faceoff for the Mavericks as the high stick call on the Blue Jays sends that puck down to the defensive zone of the team that committed the infraction. Barrett Bradley in on the draw for the Mavericks. Drops that one to Chuck Altier of the Blue Jays, who gives to Caden Lacker. Lacker holds along the offensive blue line, leaves it for Kavicik in the neutral zone. Kavicik tries to kick it back to Lacker and does successfully. Intercepted, the pocket picked by Easton Newman, and he starts up ahead for Omaha. Newman, the newest addition, runs over his man, and as he brings that puck up the far side wall and into the offensive zone. The freshman out of Marshall, Minnesota, made his debut last weekend against Colorado School of Mines. Now Altier, fans on the shot. Great pressure from Bradley on the back check. Kavicik gains that puck back along the blue line, feeding it across. Great save by Kyle Wernley, and great stop by Troy Hunsaker with a heads-up play, keeping that one out as it slid right across that red line after Wernley made the initial stop. Hunsaker's clearance goes all the way down and becomes an icing, so we'll get another draw to the right of Wernley. But what a stop by the senior out of La Vista. That's Caden Lacker, second on the team in goals this year with 13 points on the year for Lacker. And Wernley shut him down from almost no room. Omaha clears the zone after another stop by Kyle. Trying to bring that one back in was Watts. Instead, it's Omaha taking it back. Here's Shea. Takes a shot. Blocker save Calderon. Creighton has that puck in the slot. They finally clear it out to the far side wall and up. The Blue Jays grab that puck in the offensive zone. It's played out by the Mavericks. Charlie Shea takes it into the attack zone for Omaha. Shea sends it across. Save made Calderon. Back in front, Shea takes another chance with it taken down in front. Yes. That appears to be Colton Kane, who was waiting on the back door as Shea brought that puck across the crease. Took a bad cross check there and the Blue Jays will pay for it. That'll be Jay McCown, the senior out of Dallas, Texas, going off for cross-checking 10 minutes and 14 seconds into the first period, and a great opportunity for the Mavericks to get on the board. Puck out to the point for Mann, to Kozel. Mercier along the blue line. Leaves it for Kozel. Top of the circles, takes a shot. Off the blocker, and it's in! Andrew Kozel gets the goal! Kozel with the power play tally. Just 13 seconds into the power play. And the Mavericks take a 1-goal lead for Andrew Kozel. That is his 14th goal, a team high this season, as he nets his 54th career goal and 90th point in his 4 years with the Mavs. The puck played back into the offensive zone for the Blue Jays as they look for the equalizer after Omaha goes up 1-0 off the goal from Andrew Kozel on the man advantage. Great effort by the Mavs, who desperately need this game today. Tallis bodied off the puck. Calderon helps him out there. Omaha gets the puck and they start the breakout. Cassiopo tries to play it off the wall to another man. It's intercepted by the Blue Jays, who bring it back into the offensive zone. Middleton takes a shot, and Wernley covers that one up and holds for the whistle with 8:44 to go in the first. If you see it on your screen, that penalty time was just up on the board. We are back to 5-on-5 after the most recent goal scored by Andrew Kozel. We'll wait to get you the assists on that tally from Kozel as the Blue Jays take possession in the offensive zone. A shot from the near side wall, tipped a couple of times before it got to Wernley, who made the save. Eddie Patchen now trying to start up the far side for the Mavericks. Gets it to Shea, who brushes it out of the zone. Creighton steers it back in. Patchen sends it out. Intercepted there by Krosky, who dumps it back into the zone where Omaha collects it once more. Now the puck was in the neutral zone there. Charlie Shea tried to just dump it down behind him as he headed off for a change. That puck up into the netting, so we'll get a face-off right in front of the Blue Jays bench. The draw, won by CU. Krosky picks it up and tries to play it ahead. Held up for a moment, and the Blue Jays will have to dump that puck into the offensive zone. Mercier picks it up for Omaha, gives to Hunsaker. Mercier being held up in the corner. Hunsaker tries for the long stretch pass to Kozel. It's intercepted in the neutral zone, but Mann gets it right back for the Mavs. Bringing it into the offensive zone is Chase Mann. Up the near side wall, out in front, and what a great save by Calderon. Diving across the crease to stop Kozel, who was waiting on the back door. Still on the puck of the Mavericks. Intercepted on the red line is Mann. Kozel picks it back up and gives it to Voorhees at the point. Voorhees dumps it around. It rings behind the goal. Hunsaker keeps it in the zone. To Mann, where it's trapped in the feet between Mann and Anderson. Mercier gains possession, gives it to Kozel. Kozel back behind the net for Mercier. Pass behind the cage. Mercier gives it to himself. Up to the point for Voorhees, a drive, and that one wide left. Over to Hunsaker, another shot. That one saved by Calderon. The Blue Jays get to it and clear it the length of the ice as Voorhees go back to touch up. It'll be in icing. What pressure there from the Mavericks, culminating in that unbelievable scoring chance on the back door for Andrew Kozel. And he was just stuffed as Charles Calderon, the Stillwater area pony, slid across the crease and made the great stop. Creighton wins the draw in its defensive zone. Picking up that puck and airmailing it to center ice is Anderson. Omaha grabs it there and dumps it back into the offensive zone. Calderon leaves the safety of his cage to stop the puck behind his net. Barrett Bradley meets that in the corner. It's picked up by Altier for the Blue Jays. Altier to Kubicek and across for Lacker. Lacker takes a shot blocker, save Wernley. Altier tracks it down, tries to flick it up high to the slot. It's picked up by Kubicek. Tries to make a move around Bradley. Kubicek behind the cage to Lacker. Lacker tried to dance around Hunsaker with a sweep of a leg. Troy Hunsaker frees up that puck to Easton Newman, who rings it the opposite way to Sebastian Cassiopo. He was played off the point by Watts. The puck sent back on by Altier. Just barely stopped before it got to Wernley by Hunsaker. Voorhees fakes a pass, now sends it back up the way he was intending to go. 5:45 to go in the first. 1-0 Omaha off the power play goal from Andrew Kozel at 10:27 of the first. Omaha has won the last two meetings between the Blue Jays and Mavs as Altier brings it back in, takes a shot wide right. It goes all the way out of the zone. Dahl chips it to Shea. Shea sends it on net, wide right, looking for a pass potentially to Colton Kane. Creighton gets that one out. Rocco DeSpirito quickly turns it back on in. As the Blue Jays go for a change, the freshman Benji Watts out of St. Louis Park, Missouri, tries to get that one out of the zone. It's intercepted by the Mavericks. Mercier brought it in, met there by three Blue Jays, and out the other way with it comes Creighton. Here comes Bishop Schugel, takes a shot, and that one covered up by Wernley. Bishop Schugel has played 4 games against the Mavericks, has a goal and assist for 2 points. He's been one of the top scorers in this series to date. Here comes Mann up the far side wall. Spins around looking for Mercier. Couldn't find him. It's to Kozel instead. Gives it down low to Mercier below the red line. Creighton intercepts. Rings it around the wall. Rocco DeSpirito quickly dumps it back down to Mercier. Mercier waits along the backhand in the corner. Gives it up to Beth. Back down low to Logan Mercier. Tried to feed it out front. Couldn't find the stick of Mann. DeSpirito from the hash marks. Plays it back down low to Mercier. Intercepted there by Jack Schwab. He sends a long pass up ahead for Henry Sturl. Sturl over the blue line. Met there by a couple of Mavericks. Feeds it across the ice, where Rocco DeSpirito bodies his man to the wall. Play back to the point for Krosky. He shoots and scores. They just had to wait for the reinforcements to get there as the two Blue Jays were holding down the offensive zone. The third one to enter was Patrick Krosky, and as he came over the blue line was met with a perfect pass, and he tucked it up over the blocker side of Kyle Wernley to tie this one up, and even 16 minutes into the first period. 1-1 our score as we reset, and Wernley plays that puck behind his net. Hunsaker can't get it out. Joe Middleton keeps it in at the blue line. Tried to play it down. It's intercepted by Captain Hunsaker. Played up to Connor Dahl. Tried to make a move around one defenseman. It's intercepted and played back up into the offensive zone for the Blue Jays. Voorhees meets it there at the near side. Gets it out of his own zone, trying to find Shea. It's intercepted by the Blue Jays, who bring it back into the offensive zone once more. Calderon tries to take that one on net. Instead, feeds a pass to the slot. That one poke checked away by Hunsaker. Now to the far side wall. The two sides dig in. From a knee. Trying to get that out was Middleton. He only gets it as far as Charlie Shea of the Mavericks. Shea gets it up to Dahl, who brings it into the zone. Takes a shot and a save, Calderon. To the corner it goes, where the Blue Jays take the puck and break out from right to left. Mason Anderson brings it into the offensive zone. Takes a shot and a glove save by Kyle Wernley. Freezes play with 2:57 to go in the first. 1-1 our score. The most recent goal coming from Patrick Krosky in even 16 minutes into the frame after Andrew Kozel's opening sallow on the power play at 10:27. Face-off won by Omaha as they bull rush ahead. Cassiopo brings it over the blue line to Charlie Casey. Casey couldn't get a shot off, plays it back up to the point. No one's home there, and Creighton able to clear it to center ice. Eddie Patchen across to Caleb Williams as the Mavericks regroup and enter the offensive zone. Casey takes a shot, sticked behind the cage by Calderon. The Blue Jays in their own end get it up off the glass and out to center ice. Eddie Patchen collects it there for Omaha. Off the glass, Patchen is able to dump it down into the zone. CU takes possession there, struggling to get out of their own zone. They turn it over. Man brings it in, feeds it across, a shot, and it's in! Easton Newman, welcome to Omaha! Started his season with the Badlands Sabres. Now he's up here in Omaha, and he's got his first goal as a college hockey player. Congratulations, Easton Newman, the freshman out of Marshall, Minnesota. So not even 2 minutes after the Blue Jays tie the game up, Easton Newman finds that puck in the slot and sends it home to give the Mavericks the lead once more. It's 2-1 Omaha with 1:45 remaining in the first period. Behind the cage, it's Camden Fories. Fories starts up the far side. Can't get it out of the zone. It's intercepted by Kubicek. Kubicek to the slot, takes a shot. It ramps off of Hunsaker's stick and goes up into the netting. Behind Wernley, we'll get a puck out of play whistle with 1:31 to play in the first. Draw won by the Mavericks. Kozel gets it up to Mann. Mann brings it over the blue line, takes a hit, but stays on possession. Now as he tried to enter the slot, it's intercepted, and Kubicek sends it up ice. Wasn't past that red line, that center ice red, and so the puck called as icing when Omaha touches up, and the faceoff in the Blue Jays defensive zone. They win that draw in their own zone, do the Blue Jays, and they get it out to center ice. Omaha quickly dumps it back down in. Intercept at the line by Hunsaker. Shot blocked by Altier. Not out, though. Great keep at the line by Dahl. Now digging for it is Mann. Can't keep it. Creighton clears it to center where Beth intercepts. Gets to Kane, who dumps it the rest of the way in. Under a minute as we're down to 45 seconds remaining in the first. Creighton gains possession and send a pass up. It's Lacker. Lacker looks for Hingsberger. Hingsberger tries to dance around Hunsaker. Instead, the two get stuck behind the net, and that's where they'll battle for it. The puck leaks out to the far side corner where Kubicek is met by a couple of Mavericks with 27 seconds left in the period. Charlie Shake can't clear the zone. Kubicek keeps it in. Beth finally gets it off the glass and all the way down. The puck rolling on edge. Icing waved off. Mason Anderson was not showing enough hustle, I guess, catching up to that puck. As we are under 10 seconds as Anderson brings that puck up himself. Anderson over the blue line, into the offensive zone. Has a man in front, takes a shot instead. It deflects off of a Maverick skate to the back wall, and that's how we'll end the first period. After 1, Omaha 2, Creighton 1. You're listening to the UNO-ACHA Mavericks on YouTube. Stay right here. We'll be back with period number 2 right after this. In the first, it was the Blue Jays taking a penalty about halfway through the frame, and 13 seconds later, Omaha capitalized on the man advantage. Andrew Kozel got his team leading 14th goal of the year as he put the Mavericks in front by a score of 1-0. Later in the frame at the 16-minute mark, it was defenseman Patrick Krosky. His 6th game of the season, he got his first point as a Blue Jay. Krosky got a perfect pass as he entered the offensive zone and put it up over the blocker side of Kyle Wernley to tie this one at 1-1. It would stay tied for exactly 1:55 before Easton Newman, the freshman out of Marshall, Minnesota, playing his 3rd game as a Maverick, got his first career goal at the 17:55 mark to put the Mavericks up by a score of 2-1, which is where we sit now. Both goaltenders have been sharp in the first. For the Mavericks, Wernley has stopped 14 of 15 Blue Jay shots, and on the other end, Charles Calderon has stopped 12 of 14 Omaha attempts. The goalies have switched sides. The teams will be taking the long change in the second period. A little bit of extra ice to skate to get to the bench for those line changes on the fly. Here in the middle frame of 3, in game 1 of 2 between Omaha and Creighton. And the Mavericks win the first draw of the second period. It's Troy Hunsaker. Takes that one over the blue line, but still in the zone was Logan Mercier. As Hunsaker brought that puck over the line before Mercier could get back across out. And we'll have an offside on this near side glass just 11 seconds into the second. Mercier dumps it into the offensive zone where Creighton takes possession. Sean Burns up the far side wall, sending it all the way down, and it becomes an icing as Fories touches up. Omaha and Creighton first met in 1911 on the gridiron. By 1913, the teams played their last game as Creighton beat the Mavericks by a score of 128-0 in 1913. That was the last time the sides met on the football field. Of course, Creighton would disband their program in 1942, and the Mavericks, with the switch to Division I, got rid of football among other sports in 2010. Kubicek dumps this puck down in as we have the rivalry renewed here again tonight. Omaha behind the cage has leveled this series up at 2 games apiece on the all-time board. Colton Kane dumps that one in. Could have been called offside. Not sure how we did the equations of men coming in and men coming out with that puck still being in the offensive zone and Kane never leaving it. Creighton dumps that one all the way down. Altier could not win the race, and it will become an icing. No line changes are allowed for the team that committed the icing infraction, so the starting line still on the ice for the Blue Jays from the opening period, now over a minute. And Omaha gets on that puck right off the draw. Charlie Casey sends one on net on the backhand that sent Calderon sprawling. And in that process, kicking the net off, so we'll have another reset. And yes, this time the Blue Jays will be allowed to make their line change. And in fact, they will not. Calling the players back on the ice are Josh Evans and Rob Fitzpatrick, our 2 officials here tonight, as the starting lineup for the Blue Jays maybe sneaking in a little breather, maybe a shot of water before they get sent right back out on the ice for another face-off to the left of Calderon after he kicked the net off and will get a reset. Omaha, the fresh bodies of Charlie Casey, Sebastian Cassiopo, and Barrett Bradley on the ice with Rocco DeSpirito, and Mason Beff at the point. Creighton gets that puck out, and Chuck Altier, with a burst of speed up the near side wall, takes a shot wide left. At the point, it's kept in by Anderson. Tried to feed it back down low to Kubicek. It's intercepted by the Mavericks and out. A race for the puck. It'll leak over the goal line and become an icing as Anderson touches up. And now the Mavericks will be the ones not allowed to get off the ice if they would please. The draw will come down to the right of Kyle Wernley. Creighton with fresh skaters on the ice in the form of Hingsbigger, Sturl, and Schugel. As Schugel takes the shot, that one right into the glove of Wernley, who sees it all the way and holds for a whistle. Creighton wins the draw in the offensive zone to the point for Krosky. He dumps it down low to Sturl. Back out front to Schugel. He takes a shot, and it's covered up by Wernley. Point blank was Bishop. Schugel right on that curling dot at the high slot. Wound up, and Wernley stuffed him. Another shot right off the faceoff. Another stop by Kyle Wernley. Creighton still with possession. The puck in the slot. It's played back out by the Maverick defense. Dumped down low by Krosky to the near side corner. It's picked up by Schugel. Schugel down low to Sturl. Leaves it there again for Schugel. Tried to bring it to the net front. Giving it to Sturl. A great poke check by Mercier. Frees the puck up. Mercier over to Mann. Mann takes a shot. That one right into the breadbasket of Calderon, who covers up and holds with 17:44 to go in the second period. That shot hit the G on the scripted Creighton logo, arching across Calderon's chest. Creighton wins the defensive zone draw, but a good intercept by Charlie Shea keeps the Mavericks in the offensive zone. Shea dumps it down low. Kane pinned up against the wall by a couple of Blue Jays. Back behind the cage is picked up by Shea. Shea tries to flick it towards the net front. It's sent back behind the net. Colton Kane on it for the Mavericks. Creighton gets to that and dumps it back down below. Shea tried to play it out front off a skate. Creighton gets to that one. Tries to clear it up the near side, but not out. Hunziker keeps it in. Tried to feed it into the slot for Shea. It's intercepted, and back out come the Blue Jays. Across the line and in, taking a shot there. It's saved by Wernley. Another try, and it's wide left. Creighton on it in the near side corner. They send it around to the far side. Picked up by Middleton out to the point. A shot comes in. That one stopped. It was off the stick of Johnny McLeese. To the near side it goes. Omaha in possession of the puck now. Quickly back to Creighton. Schwab takes a shot, and it's gloved. A windmill save by Kyle Wernley to freeze play with 16:41 to go in the second. Creighton wins the offensive zone draw. It's played out to the point. Burns keeps it in at the line, but Omaha intercepts the dump in. Cassiopo out with it. Cassiopo takes a shot. It's wide left. Newman picks up the rebound. To the point for Patchen. Patchen takes a shot. It's blocked. Here comes Creighton the other way with it. Across the ice, Schwab to Hogan. Tried to feed the slot. It's intercepted. Back on the stick of Hogan. He takes a shot. It's blocked by Eddie Patchen in front. Picked up by Schwab. Schwab tries to play it to the point. Kept in along the line by McLeese. Patchen picks it up behind the cage. Can't clear it out of the zone. Great keep by Burns. And the sides collide along the Creighton bench. Omaha finally, with one last sweep of the puck by Barrett Bradley, gets it to center ice. Creighton dumps it quickly back down in. They'll try the near side and get it up to Sebastian Cassiopo, who pushes it ahead for Logan Mercier. Mercier brings it into the zone for the Mavericks. To the near side corner, sends it across looking for Kozel. It's intercepted by Lacker. Lacker up to Altier. Tried to go back to Lacker. It's intercepted, and Hunsaker right in front of Wernley tries to send one out. Intercepted again by Lacker. He takes a shot into the glove of Wernley, and he'll cover up and freeze once more. Bad turnover there. Hunsaker got the puck off the interception from Altier and started retreating with it. Had his back to Wernley, but kept backing up onto the crease area before trying to lift that one out. It was intercepted by Lacker, and he took a shot. And Wernley made the save. Now on that face-off, Lacker takes another shot right into the glove of Wernley. Altier wins the draw, keeps it himself, circles, shoots, save Wernley. Man, to Mercier and the Mavericks get it out of their own zone. Man, pressuring Krosky, brings him down, and we'll get a call coming up. Kozel touches up, and the Mavericks will head to the box for the first time tonight. Hooking the call on assistant captain Chase Mann at 4:59 of the second, and Creighton gets its first power play chance of the night. Altier wins it back to Kubicek, who takes a shot right into the chest of Kyle Wernley, who will hold for a whistle just 2 seconds into the power play. Kubicek and Sean Burns at the point for the Blue Jays. Altier, Sam Hingsberger, and Bishop Schugel, the forwards on this power play. Altier at the point, switching with Burns, now gives it to Kubicek. Down low, a rebound shot and a great save by Wernley on Schugel. Omaha clears their defensive end as the four-man crew of Mercier, Kozel, Fories, and Hunsaker get to that puck once more and clear it down. Troy Hunsaker sending a slap shot up the near side wall and out of his own zone. Schugel trying to start up the rush for the Blue Jays once more. Gives it there to Kubicek. Kubicek on the near side takes it down low to the corner where he's met by Hunsaker along the wall. Now two Blue Jays dig in for the puck there with Troy Hunsaker. They get it up to the near side, up to the point for Burns. To Altier at the faceoff dot. Tried to feed it down low. It's instead to Kubicek. Blocker save Wernley to the right side of the cage, where Hunsaker tries to kill some time. The pass across ice, intended for Altier, skips over his stick and leaks out to center ice, where it's picked up by Kozel, who bring it into the offensive zone shorthanded. Kozel trying to find Mercier, who is streaking down the slot. It was intercepted by the Blue Jays, but Andrew Kozel with a great job, heads-up play to gain possession back, now retreating to his own end. Leaves it there for Hunsaker, who sends it all the way up to Colton Kane, who meets the puck in the near corner. Creighton gains that puck, and they'll try to settle down as David Calderon gives it up to Henry Sturl. Sturl back to Calderon on the far side wall with 15 seconds left on the man advantage. Calderon rings around the cage to the near side corner. Now to the point, he gives it up for McLeese. McLeese takes a shot. Save Wernley. Another drive, and it's stopped on the rebound chance. Kyle covers with 3 seconds remaining on the penalty to Chase Mann. Omaha still holds a 2-1 advantage. They got back in the first period off a goal from Easton Newman. No scoring yet in the second, as Creighton wins another power play draw. Shot from the point, save Wernley, and the Mavericks are back to full strength. They kill their first penalty of the game, making them 66 of 90 on penalty kills this season, as they are now over 73% on PK chances this year. They clear it out of their own zone again. A race for the puck. Benji Watts gets to it first for the Blue Jays. Off of its skate, it's freed up to center ice, picked up by Schwab, and dumped the rest of the way into the offensive zone for Creighton. Picked up there by Mason Beff for the Mavericks. Pinned up against the wall, the sides come together. It's freed up in the Mavericks' end, and Omaha gains possession. Colton Kane trying to find Shea, streaking ahead. It's intercepted, and back the other way come the Blue Jays. Schwab lifts that one into the offensive zone for Calderon, who sends it back behind the cage for Reeser. Reeser down low to Calderon again. Played off the puck by Colton Kane. Kane being harassed by Reeser. He sends it up. It's partially deflected off of McCown's shoulder into the Creighton bench. Or it must have just gone clean out as the puck will stay in the defensive zone. Must have been last touched by the Mavericks. And we get a draw to Kyle Wernley's right. Omaha wins it. They bring it around to the near side. Kept in at the point by Anderson. Down low to Tallis. Tallis digs in. Middleton gets that puck out to the point for Krosky. Krosky takes a shot. Redirected wide. Picked up by the Mavs along the near side. Cleared to neutral ice where it's grabbed again by Tallis. Tallis dumps it in where Hunziker gains possession for the Mavericks. It's lifted on out to Chase Mann, who can't control it. Now Fories tries the near side, gets across the red line, and dumps it down low. Krosky tries to ring it up the far side. It's intercepted by Omaha. Picking up the puck there is Newman. Still on his feet, gets to the Bradley, a shot and a save by Calderon. It's somewhere in his pads as he stands up to let it out. 11-14 remain in the second. We've got a 2-1 game. Omaha leads Creighton. They will need this game here, the Mavericks. They will need a win in the game tomorrow night. And they will need to beat Nebraska on Saturday, February 8th, if they want a chance to go to the Mid-American Collegiate Hockey Association Conference Tournament. For the Blue Jays, it's a little more simple as Kubicek brings it towards the slot. Over to Anderson, who takes a shot wide right. Altier sends it back towards the middle. Intercepted by the Mavericks and played out of the zone. Kozel gets it there. Kozel holds. Gets chased to the corner where he's pinned up against the wall by Anderson. The puck freed up to Kubicek for the Blue Jays, who lifts it out to center ice. Trying to connect with Lacker. It's instead Hunziker who takes it down to the corner. Troy Hunziker of the Mavericks loses that puck along the wall, but a big hit by Chase Mann frees it up once more. Back the other way on a 2-on-1 come the Mavs. Kozel holds, waits, tried to get it across to Mercier. He was interfered with plain as day along that far side post. No call. Omaha still has possession in the offensive zone. Voorhees from the point takes a shot, and it's a glove save by Calderon. Kozel with the stick briefly above his head on that outstanding chance for a goal there just moments ago. 2-on-1 with Mercier. The defenseman chose to just completely take Mercier, the trailing attacker, out of the play. And Kozel was left with no options as Calderon took away the bottom half of the net. False start on the faceoff. No 5 yards to be gained here, just a reset, and we'll do it again. Draw one back to Mason Beff. Shot from the blue line, blocked by a couple of Blue Jay legs. From the far side, tried to feed Shea in the slot. It's steered back out by Creighton, all the way down for an icing as Beff touches up with 9:45 to go in the second. Creighton wins the draw in their defensive zone, but they can't get it out. Great keep at the line by Beth to Dahl. Stick lifted, and it's out of the Blue Jay defensive zone. Back the other way, Bishop Schugel takes a shot. Wernley makes the save and deflects it up into the netting. Puck out of play with 9:30 to go in the second. Behind us, it's quiet. 7,802 empty seats sit staring at a basketball floor that lays waiting for its next competition on Thursday night. That a huge game for the Omaha Mavericks men's basketball team playing in the Summit League. They are 5-0 to start conference play and have won their last 7 games, something they've never done in 14 years, of Division I play. That game against St. Thomas Thursday night, the only other undefeated team in the Summit League. Back to hockey as a shot. It comes in from the point from McLeese, and it's covered up by Wernley, who holds for another defensive zone faceoff for Omaha. But it has been an impressive start to the season. The conference season, I should say, for the Omaha Maverick men's basketball squad. Sturl sends a drive in, that one wide left of the cage. Now he deflects one wide left from the point. On the backhand, point blank, takes a shot, and it's covered up by Wernley. Sturl with 3 shot attempts there, pushing Wernley's total to 31 saves on 32 shot attempts. On the other side, Calderon just made saves number 900 and 901 in his career. Now with 15 saves today, up to 901 in 3 seasons as a Blue Jay, is Charles Calderon. The puck to the near side corner, 200 feet away from Calderon, and it's the Mavericks with possession. They clear it to center ice. It's dumped back down by Benji Watts as Creighton gains possession. Omaha on its own end gets that puck back out. Bradley across to Cassiopo. He couldn't put it home on the back door. He had all the time and space he needed. Creighton comes the other way with it. Skating up the ice, Kyle Hogan. From backhand to forehand, he shoots, and it's covered by Wernley, who holds for a whistle with 8:14 to go. Oh, what a chance. What a pass there from Barrett Bradley. The freshman out of Northfield, Minnesota, sent it across to the stick of Sebastian Cassiopo, but the puck on edge. Cassiopo, with the defense bearing down on him, could not get the shot from stick to skate. Or from skate to stick, and get that one off on target. Still a 2-1 game. Omaha still in the lead, and they win a defensive zone faceoff, but the pass intercepted at the point. Moving back down, the Blue Jay goal scorer, Krosky sends it out front to Middleton, and it's in. Tied once more. So it's Middleton from Krosky to put the Blue Jays level with the Mavericks at 2 apiece. Joe Middleton, the senior out of St. Paul, Minnesota. No goals this season until that one at the 11:57 mark of the second. He had 5 assists to this point. Now has his first goal for 6 points on the year. Omaha starts up from right to left. Here comes Camden Voorhees. Leaves it for Kozel. Kozel takes a shot blocked by the defenseman Anderson. Taken down behind the play was Fories as the Blue Jays bring it back out from left to right. Over the line is Anderson as he dumps it in down low below the red line. Picked up there by Chase Mann. Mann starts up the near side wall with it. Mann shoulders off a would-be checker. Leaves the puck for Kozel. Kozel tries to get it across to Mercier. It's brushed behind the net by Calderon. Hunsaker now from the short wall. He scores! Troy Hunsaker gets on the board! You could tell he wanted to shoot as soon as he picked up that puck along this near side wall by the hash marks. He walked in just a couple of strides before unleashing that and tucking it perfectly over the glove side of Charles Calderon to put the Mavericks back in front. Not even 2 minutes after the equalizing goal from the Blue Jays. 3-2 Omaha at 13-11 as the captain, Troy Hunsaker, makes good with his third goal of the season and now leads all defensemen with 11 assists. Creighton back on the attack, back down a goal. It's to the point for McLeese. McLeese across with a shot from Burns that's saved by Wernley, swallowed up with 6:26 to go in the second. Every time it seems like Creighton tries to take the momentum away, Omaha yanks it right back in this great tug-of-war rivalry we've got going on between Blue Omaha and Black Omaha. As off the face-off, the puck lifted up on the glass, may have hit the netting, and will have a reset on the draw. Top line out there for the Blue Jays. Kubicek, Altier, and Lacker. Burns at the point. Takes a shot. Saved Wernley. Cleared out from in front of him. Kept in by McLeese. To the near side corner for Kubicek. Omaha gains possession out of the scrum. Gets it out of the defensive zone. But quickly there to intercept and dump it right back down was Burns. Now Shea with the puck for the Mavericks. In neutral ice, intercepted by Altier. He starts ahead with it. Altier tries to drag around 3 men. The puck played back to Lacker. Lacker from the slot. Tries to take a shot. Blocked by Shea. Another shot on the backhand. That one saved by Wernley. Kept in along the line by Burns. Cross ice to Kubicek. Kubicek holds weight, shoots. Save made by Wernley. Hunsaker dove across, anticipating the shot. Kubicek waited for him to clear out in front of the net and took his own chance. Wernley, the last line of defense, stopped that puck. His 35th save of the game. Creighton, another offensive zone face-off win and a shot from the point from Watts. Deflected back behind the net by Wernley. To the corner down low for Sturl. Sturl switches from near to far side. Back to Watts. A shot from the point. Sticked away Wernley. To the corner for Beth. Cleared but not out. Kept in by McCown. Dumped back down low to Schugel. Schugel tried to go back to the point. It's picked up there by Benji Watts. Watts plays it down the near side to Hingsberger. It's intercepted off of his stick by Charlie Casey. Casey got it over to Beth, who gets it up and out of the zone. Too weak for an icing, as Watts, able to catch up to that one, gets to it and rings it around the boards and out of his own zone. Omaha quickly dumps it back in. On the puck first, Benji Watts. He'll ring it from the near side corner to the far side wall at center ice. Playing it further into the zone, Henry Sturl sending it across to Schugel. Couldn't get his stick on it. The puck leaks to the near corner. Omaha gains possession. McCown chips it around Casiopo and down low. Beth meets the puck there. Plays it up to Cassiopo. McCown intercepts, holding at the blue line once more. Down low, Schwab. Back to McCown. Low again for Reeser. The two teams struggling to get this puck off of this near wall as McCown dumps it back down low, ringing it to the far corner. Met there, sent to the slot, shot in, and a save Wernley. Kyle Hogan getting his stick on that one, and a great blocker save by Kyle Wernley. The Creighton contingency behind the net of Wernley, asking for a call there. Cassiopo had his stick dove on by McCown of the Blue Jays as he tried to bring that one into the neutral zone. The puck then cleared even further by the Mavericks, but too far for an icing. A lot of mayhem on the ice right now and not a lot from it. Couple of broken sticks, couple of small skirmishes, but with 3:28 left, we will have a neutral zone faceoff in front of the Maverick bench. It's 3-2 Omaha. Full strength both sides as Omaha takes it into the offensive zone. Kozel tried to keep that one in the offensive zone. It was dumped down to Cam Moore. Hits the clipboard of the backup goalie leaning over the bench there, and he gives the what for to Kozel, saying, "Don't pass it to me." Man gains that puck, shoots it. Save Calderon off the shoulder. Kozel with the puck, shoots it, and a block out in front of the net. Saved by a defender, and back out comes Cole Tallis. Across ice to Middleton. Middleton takes a shot, and that one saved Wernley. Man, can't get it out. Another drive comes in. Middleton to the point for Anderson. Shoots it. Glove save Wernley. Out to Mercier, to Kozel, and the Mavericks clear the zone. Chase Mann on the puck. Takes it over the blue line. Makes a move around a defender. Tries to get it to Kozel. It's down into the far side corner. Kozel sends it behind the net. The Blue Jays send it back out. Kozel down low again to Mercier. Back out to Mann. Couldn't get it from skate to stick. Creighton takes it out. Great diving effort there by David Calderon, getting the puck away from his brother, Charles Calderon, in net. Omaha gained possession and sent that one up into the near side netting. Thankfully, it's there, protecting all of the fans gathered here to watch this crosstown rivalry. And now gathered in darkness, as we must have reached, just after 11 here at the Holland Ice Center. Those lights automatically switch off sometime shortly after 11 p.m. And it's up to the great Baxter Arena staff to head back into the control room and flip the switch on. And hockey's back on. 2:20 left in the second. Beth sends a long pass up for Shea. Icing waved off as the Blue Jays possess the puck in their own zone. Out of it comes Caden Lacker. Across to the Mavericks end. Lacker tries to dance around Despirito. Great defense from the Mavericks, and they get the puck to the far corner and out. Creighton retreating into its own end. It's Johnny McLeese. McLeese looking for a pass there. It was partially deflected by Dahl and goes all the way down where Mason Beth controls below the red line. Beth, pressured by Kabisik, gets it to Mann. It's intercepted by Lacker, kicked away by Shea. Shea kicks that puck off the stick blade of Lacker over the blue line and out with 1:25 remaining in the second. Beth, long pass, up ahead to Shea, taken down as he enters the blue line by Johnny McLeese. The Blue Breezers there doing their best to cover up the bright green and gold of the Edina Hornets, where Johnny McLeese just got done playing last year. He won a Minnesota Junior Gold A championship with the Edina Hornets club hockey team. So with 1:19, a tripping call on McLeese sends the Mavericks to their second power play of the game, where they are currently 1 for 1. But at 18:41, McLeese off for tripping. Kozel sends the shot in from outside the offensive zone, blockered away, and now sprung free is Bishop Schugel. Schugel in all alone, loses his puck on the move. No shot, no worry for Kyle Wernley and the Mavericks with 40 seconds left in the frame. A minute 20 remaining on the penalty to McLeese. Omaha gets the puck down into the offensive zone. Pinning it up against the wall to kill time is Patrick Krosky, the freshman from Laverne, Minnesota. Gets it up ahead to Henry Sturl, who's taken down as he was trying to break free. And with 20 seconds left, Kozel skates to the box. And we will be 4-on-4 for the next 20 seconds, the last 20 seconds of this first period, and some extra time in the second, or in the third, excuse me. So at 19:40, Kozel erases the Maverick power play. We're back to 4-on-4 for the last 20 seconds of the second period. Creighton wins the draw, takes the shot wide right of the cage. Anderson keeps it in at the line. Anderson down low below the red line. Poke checked away by Hunsaker. To the near corner. He leaves it there for Sturl. Intercepted by Voorhees with 3 seconds and 2 as he brings it over the red line. Poke checked away from his stick by Burns. The horn sounds, and the two sides will head to the locker rooms for the second intermission. When we come back, we'll have 41 seconds of 4-on-4 action before Creighton gets another power play opportunity as the Blue Jays trail the Mavericks by a score of 3-2 in this one. Stay tuned. You're listening to UNO ACHA Mavericks on YouTube, and the third period is coming up next. And welcome back to the Holland Ice Center at Baxter Arena here in Exarban Village, the heart of Omaha, alongside our producers, Caden McDermott and Matt McFadden. I am Nate Obrecht, here for the final frame, the third period between Omaha and Creighton. It's the Mavericks up 3-2 through 2 periods of play so far, with goals in the first period from Andrew Kozel and Easton Newman, and a second period tally by Captain Troy Hunsaker that has the Mavericks up in front 3-2. For Creighton, the goal scorers in the first, it was Patrick Krosky, and in the second, Johnny McLeese. Joe Middleton from Johnny McLeese in the second. For the two Creighton tallies, we will have 41 seconds of 4-on-4 action. That's when Johnny McLeese gets let out of the box, and Creighton will have 59 seconds on their second power play chance of the game. Currently, the Jays are 0 for 1 on the power play. As Creighton breaks the huddle and breaks for the center ice face-off, they're up 40-19 in shots. They put up 25 shots on the Mavericks in the second compared to Omaha's 6 and lead 40-19. Let's see if the Mavericks can balance out the offensive onslaught from the Blue Jays here in the third as we are underway. Hunsaker and Beth play catch in their own defensive zone. Mercier and Forey's out there with them for Omaha to start this 4-on-4. Hunsaker into the offensive zone. Forey's tries to leave it out front. No one's home. And the Blue Jays take it from right to left for the first time in the third period. Skating in with it, Henry Sturl. Still on the puck is Sturl, but he's got 3 Mavericks right in his way as Hunsaker frees that puck to Forey's, gets it to Mercier as the Blue Jays are back to 5 on the ice. Again, 48 seconds of power play time for Creighton remain as Mercier dumps that puck down low behind Calderon. And starting up with it is Mason Anderson. Anderson over the line, leaves it for Kubicek. Back off the wall to Anderson, trying to go across to the point for Burns. It leaks over the blue line and Omaha gains possession. Everybody's got to get out for Creighton. Omaha clears the zone. Altier brings it right back in for the Blue Jays. Bringing it around the back wall to the opposite point for Burns, who does the same, dumping it down low to Altier below the red line. He picks it up on the near wall to the point for Kubicek. To Altier once more. Poke check free of the puck by Mann. Down low to the corner. Hunsaker battling with the puck as Omaha back to 5-on-5. 2 for 2 on the penalty kill tonight are the Mavericks as Kubicek controls behind the net. Kubicek to the point for Burns. Burns looks, shoots, pad save Wornley. To the corner. Altier takes a shot. That one kicked away by Kubicek to the corner. Out point once more for Burns, a shot saved. Another drive and a save by Wornley. He covers, smothers, and holds for a whistle with 18 minutes to go in the game. One save after another for the senior, the former Fremont Flyer, Kyle Wornley, who now is up to 40 saves on the evening. $10 shy of his career high 50 saves that he hit back in the MACHA tournament as another pass goes wide right through the crease. Creighton gains possession again. It's Tallis to the point. A shot saved by Wornley. Cleared out by Charlie Casey to the neutral zone. Dumped quickly back in by Anderson to the near corner. Beth gathers for Omaha. Around to Bradley on the far side wall, leaving it there for Casey back to Beth. Beth skies this one to center ice where it's met by Mason Anderson, who dumps it back down to the offensive zone for the Blue Jays. Picked up by David Calderon in the corner, leaving it there for Tallis. Tallis spins back to Calderon. He couldn't find it in his skates. Newman gathers and rings it back around the wall to the far side where it's met by Anderson. Anderson brings it back low. Low below the red line is Mason Anderson. Stops halfway up the wall. Takes it back down low. Tries to bounce it off the wall. Sends one right in on Wernley, and now a giant scrum ensues. Schwab took an extra shot at Wernley after the whistle, trying to poke that one free from his glove. The Mavericks took exception to that, and now we will have, that's Joe Middleton leaving the ice, one of the two goal scorers for the Blue Jays tonight, actually the most recent goal scorer for the Blue Jays, heading off. That should be a major penalty for the senior Joe Middleton, sent off after spearing Kyle Wernley in the glove. Another man heads to the box. That's David Calderon. As I believe the Mavericks will get a power play out of this. All four officials and linesmen meeting in that officials circle there in front of the scorer's table and both penalty benches on the far side wall at center ice. They will confer and then deliver their ruling to the two captains, Mercier and Hingsberger, who chat as they wait for the official word. But it was definitely after the whistle at 3:09 of the third when Middleton, I don't know if he saw a glimmer of the puck under Wernley's glove, but it was definitely secure under there, and the whistle had sounded before Middleton sent his stick in towards the gear of Kyle Wernley. And now the Creighton captain, Hingsberger, heads off to talk to Middleton. There goes Hingsberger. He's off the ice now too, possibly going to get Middleton. Maybe he was wrongfully ejected. As our officials, Josh Evans and Rob Fitzpatrick, a lot to sort out here early in the third period. Still a 3-2 game. Omaha, they have the lead. They desperately need this game to stay alive in the MACHA playoff picture, as do the Creighton Blue Jays on the opposite side. Now emerging from that Creighton side tunnel is Captain Sam Hingsberger, the graduate student out of St. Paul, Minnesota. The officials are still deliberating with Coach Harahill and Coach Kukurek of the Blue Jays. The door is still open on the Creighton side leading to the locker rooms. The game has still not moved from the 16:51 mark, as we now have two Blue Jays in the box. 5 Mavericks take the ice. The Creighton door is still open. Both linesmen there now with Hingsberger along the near side wall by the Blue Jay glass. And back out onto the ice to a large roar from the Creighton supporters is Joe Middleton. So no ejections. We will have 2 Creighton skaters in the box. Neither of them are Middleton. One is David Calderon. And actually, he picked up 2 penalties, so he's got another buddy in there to serve one with him. As Omaha on the power play the 3rd time this game. 1 for 2 so far on the man advantage tonight as Chuck Altier clears his own end. Omaha will have to start the rush from their own D zone. Andrew Kozel now over the line. 4 Creighton skaters are on the ice. So a 5-on-4 power play as Kozel sends one across, looking into the painted area for Fories. Mercier now, top of the zone. Tries to leave it for Kozel. It goes right out over the blue line to center ice. Everyone has to vacate the zone. Kozel tries to bring it back in, looking for a lane. He gets it over the blue line. Andrew Kozel dumps it back down behind the net to Fories. Out to the point for Mercier. Across to Mann. Mann couldn't keep it. Now spins back towards that blue line before dumping it down low to Fories. Below the net, it's Fories to Mercier along the far side wall. Out to the point for Kozel. To Mann. Top of the zone, Mann shoots. It deflects off of Fories and goes wide right. To the near wall. Hunsaker keeps it in momentarily, but Altier gets it out, hitting a ref in the process as our linesman Brian Hoffman heads to the ice. Omaha brings that puck back into the zone. 30 seconds on the man advantage. They keep that one in at the line. Hunsaker at the point gives a cross deflected by Altier. Creighton gets to it and sends it all the way down. That one on net towards Wernley. He stands up and sends it out to Mercier with 15 seconds to go on the man advantage. Hunsaker cross ice to DeSpirito. Rocco DeSpirito brings it into the zone, loses the puck to Schwab. Schwab has it in his skates somewhere as the Blue Jays will be back out. That was Charlie Reeser serving the penalty there for David Calderon as the breakout pass intercepted. Kane does his best to get it back, and now Omaha brings it into the attack zone once more. Kane centers that puck. Creighton deflects it out with a glove. DeSpirito gathers at the point, tried to send it back on net. Tallis picks it up. It was in his gear somewhere, and he skated forward with it, but held it too long, and it'll be a hand pass. Bringing that puck one face-off dot further back than the point the player started with it. As Tallis had that puck in his gear somewhere, did not let it out soon enough, and the whistle was blown for a hand pass. 14-17 to go in the third. Omaha still leads this one 3-2 as they are looking for their 3rd straight win over the Blue Jays dating back to January of 2024. Barrett Bradley keeps that puck in at the line. Intercepted by Kubicek of the Blue Jays. Now a tipped pass sent right into the Creighton bench by Cassiopo. Luckily, it looks like it hit the guys with all the gear and not the coaches standing behind them. We'll get a face-off right in front of that Creighton bench. Omaha wins the draw. Fories with it. Right at the red line, he dumps it into the offensive zone off of Johnny McLeese and into the far side corner. McLeese picks up that puck and rings it around. Omaha gains possession, sending it behind the net. For Sebastian Cassiopo, poked off of his stick by Lacker. Lacker on up to Kubicek, ahead for Altier. Altier over the line, leaving it there for Lacker. Tries to drag across, but great defense from Barrett Bradley. He gets the puck and gets it out of the zone. Going for a line change now are the Mavericks as Kabisic brings it back in for the Blue Jays. Kabisic to Altier. Poke check there by Hunsaker into the near corner. Omaha gains possession. Newman tried to find Kozel. Too far for him. McCown sends it down into the offensive zone deeper for Creighton. Errant pass on the breakout. Forey's looking for Kozel. Couldn't get it out. Lacker had possession for a moment, but the Mavericks get back to it. Forey's over the red line. Poked off of his stick by Lacker. Bringing it on in, it's Caden Lacker. Waiting at the top of the circle, now feeding the point. A shot in, and that's stopped by Wernley. Lacker again from the faceoff dot. Re-gets the puck and shoots wide left. Behind the cage. Holding there is Kyle Hogan. Tried to find the point. It goes too far and leaks over the blue line. Everyone has to tag up. Omaha starts out. Forey's over the red line. He dumps it down low. Calderon stops it as it rings around the back wall behind his net. Creighton gets to it and sends it up ice. Speeding ahead for it was Charles Reeser, but he could not catch up to that puck. It goes for an icing as DeSpirito touches up, and we'll get an offensive zone faceoff for the Mavericks with 12:11 to go in the game. Wernley has stopped all 40 shots that have come his way from the Creighton Blue Jays tonight. Calderon has stopped 16 of 19 shots that the Mavericks have put on him. DeSpirito sends another one in. That one deflected down in front. Anderson does battle with Kane along the back wall. Creighton gains possession and breaks the puck out to center ice. Beff gathers it there and dumps it back down low. No pressure as Creighton settles it down for a moment. Reeser gets it up ahead to Kyle Hogan. Loosed in his skates. Hogan over to Schwab. Save made off the blocker by Wernley. Another passing blow as the rebound leaks over to neutral ice. Bringing it back in is Krosky. Krosky in the corner gets taken down. Omaha gains possession of that puck. Beff on the near side. Gets it to center ice. It's gloved down there by Anderson, who dumps it back in and on net. DeSpirito lifts that puck up. Creighton had a couple of guys breaking in on it, but Bradley is able to get to it and bring it into the offensive zone for Omaha. Picking it up there is Benji Watts. Watts gets it to center ice. Forey's kicks it back into the offensive zone, but Cassiopo touched up there, and we get offside with 10:53 to go in the third. We'll be right back here tomorrow night, same time, same place, 9:30 p.m. for the finale between Omaha and Creighton. But still, 10 minutes and change to deal with. Here is a shot from the far side, saved by Wernley. Bradley brings it back out over the front of the net. Tries to feed Cassiopo. Skips off of his stick, but he touched it, so no icing. McLeese retrieves it for the Blue Jays. Gets it on up to Sturl. Sturl from the far side wall shoots wide left. Picked up at the opposite point by Burns. Burns tries to feed it across. Great defense there from Charlie Casey. Sending it off the wall to Andrew Kozel. Kozel's into the offensive zone, shoots, save Calderon. Cleared to the point by Burns. Forey's meets it there. Dances around one man, gets the puck to Hunsaker, turns, shoots wide and right over the net. To the near side wall. Forey's can't keep it in. Great diving effort by Schugel to get the puck out of the zone. Getting it up to Sturl, who dumps it the rest of the way, and Wernley stops it behind the 4x6 net he mines the front of. Omaha clears to center. Creighton quickly back in. This time the Mavericks Clearing attempt stopped at the blue line by Schwab. His stick lifted by Mann, and Omaha breaks out. Mann, Kozel, and Mercier. Mann takes the shot. Great defense there from Benji Watts. Intercepted by Mercier. He takes a shot. Save made Calderon. Puck to the far corner. Picked up by Mann for the Mavericks. Takes a shot on the ice. That one slid wide right. To the point for Beth. Across to Despirito. A lot of pressure from Omaha here as the puck goes behind the net. Shot wide left. The puck maybe on top of the cage. Whistles blow. And more pushing and shoving between the two sides, separated by just about 40 blocks. And because of the little skirmish after the whistle, the puck out to neutral ice for the face-off just outside the Mavericks' offensive zone. Creighton wins it. They send it back to the D zone. It's Krosky there. Across for Mason Anderson. He brings it into the offensive zone. Left out in front. Thankfully, no one was home for the Blue Jays. Omaha gains possession of that puck and gets it out to center. Schwab can't dump it in. Dahl brings it over the blue line. Takes a shot blocked by Anderson. Goes to the far side wall where Middleton starts up with it. Played off of his stick by Dahl. Lifted off of his stick by Tallis. Dumped into the offensive zone there where Beth gathers for the Mavericks. Ringing it around, Charlie Shea skips it up for Fories. Intercepted by Kubicek. Tries to bring it into the slot. Great defense from Dahl. To the point for Krosky. Across to Anderson. Anderson shoots. Wernley makes the save as he gets interfered with in front. Blue Jays still on the puck. Anderson, another shot. That one wide left. Looking possibly for the tip from Kubicek. To the point for Krosky. Kubicek on the near wall. Down low. Krosky once more. Trying to wrap around the net and feed the slot. Great defense from the Mavericks. Charlie Shea keeping this puck off of his stick before he can find the passing lane. It's to the far side wall for Kubicek. Pressured by Beth. He has to play it behind the net. Altier out to the point. Barely keeping that in was Krosky. To Anderson. Now Kubicek at the top of the circle. Wide left shot. Around. Another shot in. That one intercepted by Fories and played to the far corner. Kubicek gathers there for the Blue Jays. Kane does battle with him along the wall. Altier comes to help. Kubicek now to the point for Anderson. Anderson fires. That one never found its way to Wernley until he was able to find it and cover it as it was sliding wide left. And he holds for a whistle with 7:08 to go. That shot was mostly deflected in front, but it did end up trickling wide left of the cage, and that's when Wernley finally had the opportunity to settle that down as Creighton was getting a lot of good scoring opportunities in sequence there in that last minute and a half. Out to the point, right off the draw, Burns takes a shot, kicked back towards the net, and Reeser takes one more shot at it before throwing his arms up in surrender. Wernley up to 43 saves now, 7 shy of that 50 mark he hit at Missouri State last season. Omaha wins the draw. Beff rings it around to the far wall for Casey to Newman and out. Newman right along that red line, no icing. He wins possession back behind the cage. On the forecheck, Easton Newman. What a difference maker he's been for the Mavericks through 3 games in this second half. Puck along the near side wall, played out for the Blue Jays. Over the line, it's Kyle Hogan. Sharp angled shot, never got it off. Great defense from Beth, the freshman out of Hastings, Minnesota, as Hogan into the far corner. Despirito does battle there and wins the puck. Casey gains possession to Newman as it bounces off of his stick before he crossed the red line, and we will have icing against the Mavericks with 16:18 to play. (3-2) our score. Last goal coming at the 13:11 mark of the second. That one off the stick of Captain Troy Hunsaker of the Mavericks. His third goal and 11th point of the year has Omaha up by a score of 3-2 with 6 minutes and change to play. Shot right off the draw, and it's in. We are tied. A dog pile behind the net of Kyle Wernley as Henry Sturl gets his second goal of the year off the assist from Bishop Schugel. Sturl had a career-high 9 goals in the 22-23 season. That was as a freshman. Now as a senior, he gets just his second goal of the 24-25 year, but it comes at a huge time, and it ties this one up at 3 as Hunsaker brings it back in for Omaha. Across ice to Mercier. He takes a shot wide right. Couldn't get his stick on it. Still with it as Hunsaker takes a shot. It's loose in front. Off the rebound. Still there. Mercier tried to pass it back out, and Creighton gets to it, sending it all the way out. Man tied up behind the play. His leg was being held onto by McCowan on that right side of the net, as we will have a delayed penalty on Creighton for that. Wernley to the bench. 6 men on the ice. Next time Creighton touches the puck, the whistle will blow. Kozel in on the attack. Sending it across to Shea, and it's in! Charlie Shea! A delayed penalty coming up on the Blue Jays. They could not touch the puck. Kozel brought that one in with the extra skater on and found Charlie Shea on the back door. What a play. What a goal. And the Mavericks answer yet again. And per ACHA rules, just like the NCAA, a delayed penalty does not wipe out the penalty called on the ice. So the Mavericks may get 2 minutes on the man advantage here after the go-ahead goal from Charlie Shea, the freshman out of Kearney. All kinds of contributions for the Kearney kid. Now his 12th goal in 23 games as he leads all newcomers with 18 points now on the year. So the face-off starts us off as McCowan heads to the box. Omaha on the man advantage after getting the go-ahead goal from Charlie Shea just moments ago. At 14:47, Shea from Kozel. And my goodness, every time the Blue Jays have found the back of the net to tie this game up, Omaha has answered within 2 minutes. That one coming 1 minute and 1 second after Creighton tied it up at 3. Shea put it back in to give the Mavericks the lead. Now man, across ice to Kozel as Omaha on the power play for the next minute and 20. 1 for 2 on the man advantage today. Hunsaker taken down, hard hit into the wall by Krosky. Hunsaker goes down awkwardly there, and the Mavericks will have 5-on-3, a 2-man advantage for the next minute 9 seconds. This penalty coming at 15:39 of the third. Krosky off for hitting from behind, and the Mavericks on the power play. Mason Beth to man. 5-on-3 are the Mavericks. Kozel to Beth. At the far side, Beth takes it back to the point, switching with Kozel. Kozel at the top of the circle. Gives to Man across ice. Man, Mercier shoots. Save made, Calderon, and now a scrum ensues. Forey's in there getting cross-check after cross-check from the Blue Jay defense in front of him. As Calderon covers with his 19th save of the game. And almost impossibly here, I didn't see what happened, but it looked like Forey's did nothing but get mugged, and now that penalty on Camden Forey's will wipe out one of the Maverick power plays. My goodness. No signal there as our official Josh Evans just puts Forey's in the box and moves on. We will have 4-on-3, a Maverick power play for the next 45 seconds until McCown's let out, and we will have a brief 4-on-4 stint for the next minute 30, then 20 seconds of Creighton power play time. After that, Shea, the most recent goal scorer for the Mavs, takes another one-shot saved by Calderon. To the near corner, picked up by the Blue Jays, and they'll clear the length of the ice. No icing. Creighton still down one man. It's a 4-on-3 power play for the Mavericks for 15 more seconds as Beth gets it on up to Colton Kane. Kane stops as he enters the zone, waits for the rest of his men to get there, gives it to Shea, right back to Kane, ramps off of Altier's stick, and with 3 seconds and 2, Altier takes it out of his own zone, and the Blue Jays are back to even strength. Altier tries to dance around Beth. Great defense from the freshman. And the puck just rolls to Wernley, who covers up easily, making the stop with 3:05 to play. One Blue Jay out of the box. Now we're 4-on-4 for the next 44 seconds. When Patrick Krosky will be let out of the box, and the Blue Jays will have 21 seconds of power play time. They win the draw in the offensive zone here. Anderson with a shot wide left. Another quick turnaround drive from Watts, and that one easily sticked away by Wernley. Now behind the shelter of his own net, it's Man, leaving it for Andrew Kozel. Kozel back to Man. As Omaha leaves its own end, Man gives it up to Mercier, and they enter the offensive zone. Mercier flicks one towards the net of Calderon. He catches that one and holds. 16 seconds left of 4-on-4 action. Again, really uncertain about what Camden Forey's is in the box for, but he'll be in there for 37 seconds. Now as Kozel gets the puck in the offensive zone, shoots it, still loose in front. Mercier has it somewhere in his feet, and the whistle blows. Stopping play. The referee couldn't see it, but Mercier sir could. It was down there between his skates, and if he could have just kicked it to his stick blade, he would have had a great insurance marker for the Mavs. But all for naught as the whistle freezes play. 10 seconds left of 4-on-4 action. Altier has been out there the entire time on this power play and penalty kill for the Blue Jays. Omaha wins the draw. Kozel rings it around the back wall to Mercier. Omaha now on the penalty kill as Creighton back to 5-on-4. It's their third power play of the game, and Sturl brings it in. Sturl shoots wide left. The most recent goal scorer for the Blue Jays made this game a 3-3 tie briefly before Charlie Shea found the equalizer a minute and a second later. Omaha clears that puck, and now they're back to 5-a-side. Forey's out of the box, chasing down Anderson immediately as he dumps a puck in. Under 2 minutes to go now. Another shot from the near boards. That one blocked by Kozel. Springing it up ahead for Mercier. Taken down from behind by Kubicek. He gathers the puck and starts up the far side wall. Kozel intercepts there. Played off of his stick back to Jack Schwab. Schwab spins behind the goal line. Charlie Shea pressuring him there. Schwab has to leave it for Mason Anderson. Anderson sends it across looking for Schwab. It's intercepted by Kane. Kane slashes at it, but Sturl gets the puck. Bodied off of it by Hunsaker. 1 minute and 10 seconds to play. Hunsaker up ice for Shea. Shea, first one to it, negates icing. Dances off a hit from McLeese. Giving it down low to Kane. Kane giving it back out in front to Dahl. Couldn't get a stick on it. Out to the point for Hunsaker. A shot saved by Calderon. Back out in front for Hunsaker. Makes a move and it's saved somewhere under Charles Calderon. 52.7 seconds left. And we will have a timeout. Creighton. They are down 4-3 and desperately need a tying goal to keep hopes alive to make the MACAJ tournament. Both teams, they're tied for 6th place in the conference right now with 5 points each in the standings. Omaha has this game and the game next in 2 weeks against Nebraska. And those are their final 3 conference games of the year. Creighton has this series and one more against Dallas Baptist to close out the season. Only one of these two will get in. Perhaps neither of them will. But if one side could sweep the other this weekend, it would put them in good position to make a late playoff push. The huddles have broken. Wernley gives a nod to the 5 men skating out to the offensive face-off dot for the Mavericks. Andrew Kozel, Logan Mercier, Chase Mann, Troy Hunsaker, and Camden Fories. Draw one by the Mavericks. Fories keeps it in. Burns tried to play it out. Intercepted by Hunsaker. Tries to give it to Mercier. Kicking it from skate to stick. It's intercepted by the Blue Jays. Calderon races to the bench. Sturl gives it across to Kubicek. Kubicek shoots wide left. Empty net for the Blue Jays as Mercier lifts this one up into the netting in his own end with 29.6 seconds on the clock. Creighton wins the draw. Burns to Sturl. Poke checked away off of his stick by Mann. It's a race for it. Mann brings it in on the empty net, shoots, and it's in! Omaha wins! At the 19-minute and 38-second mark, Chase Mann gets on the board with his 10th goal of the year. The insurance tally they needed into the empty net to put the Mavericks up 5-3. Altier gives to Lacker. Intercepted by the Mavericks. They lift it up to center ice with 6 seconds left, and the party is on in Omaha. The Mavericks celebrate as the horn sounds with Kyle Wernley, who made an impressive 44 saves over the Blue Jays, keeping the puck out of his own net and prevailing the Mavericks to a 5-3 victory over Creighton in Game 1. What an effort by Omaha, as the two sides will be right back here at 9:30 tomorrow night. You'll want to be tuned in to the UNOACHA Mavericks on YouTube. And thank you for joining us tonight. We'll be right back with you tomorrow. For Caden McDermott and Matt McFadden, I've been Nate Obrick. We'll see you tomorrow night, and go Mavs!